former Israeli National Security Advisor Eyal Hulata. It's good to have you, sir.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here, Chris.
So, why is this move by Biden the wrong move at the wrong time?
Well, you know, as an Israeli, I'm not sure it's my position to give grades to President Biden. I can tell you that from an Israeli perspective, what the Israeli political scene and across the political spectrum and also the public, people are mainly surprised by this move. I've listened to what you said in the beginning, and I think everything you said was absolutely right. The attack that Israel is conducting in Rafah at the moment has been coordinated with the American administration. Israel has not entered heavily populated centers in Rafah, not because the president demands it, or not only because the president demands it, it's because Israel will not attack heavily populated areas in Rafah. We haven't done this in the city of Gaza. We haven't done this in Khan Yunis. We evacuated the population before that. What we're doing now in Rafah, we've controlled the crossing to Egypt, and we're putting pressure on the outskirts of Rafah. All of this has been coordinated with the United States. So I think it is very surprising that while we're in this situation, President Biden comes out with this decision, and with this interview yesterday on CNN. I think there's a lot of surprise in Israel. This is getting a lot of criticism from across the political spectrum. You are right that President Biden, the administration, the United States, have supported Israel a lot. The supplement that has passed by a bipartisan vote, both Republicans and Democrats, an unprecedented amount of money. This is all very, very true. So people in Israel, I think, are very frustrated and surprised that after all of this that has happened, and I think that Israel is doing pretty much aligned with the administration, that this message came yesterday. I'm certainly, personally, very surprised that this came, and also very frustrated.
What about the perspective that Bibi's gone too far? He's far right. He's got a coalition of extremists. We saw that with what he was trying to do with the judiciary before all of this, that there has not been enough attention paid to civilian casualties, that it looks like it's going to be just like that again in Rafah, that the people have not been moved out, that there's nowhere for them to go. And this had to be done to not repeat what has literally filled campuses around the country in America with pushback.
Well, you know, first, I served as a national security advisor to the opposition. So for me, to support Netanyahu and his policies is difficult. And I think that the fact that the ultra-right fringes of Israeli politics is within his government is indeed a problem. Having said all of that, I'm not sure that everything you said before is a good description of what happened. The IDF is fighting a war in a heavily populated Gaza, while Hamas is indeed using Gazans as human shields and preventing them from going to shelter in the tunnels they have dug underneath, or to escape the areas where the IDF is attacking. The IDF has continuously gave advance warning before they entered the populated areas, exactly for that purpose, so that we will minimize the numbers. The numbers of civilian casualties is indeed high, but it's not the amount that the Gazan Ministry of Health is putting outside as propaganda all the time. I'm not sure that Israel deserves all of the criticism, and for sure, what's happening in campuses in the United States, where the protesters are demanding, actually the annihilation of Israel, demanding to free the territory from the river to the sea, meaning that there will be no Jews there, undermining the right of Israel to exist as a Jewish state. I don't think we should justify what's happening in U.S. campuses and all of this criticism. It is true that we have a very right-wing government. I don't support it. I think that there is a majority of Israelis that believe that we need to have an election soon and move ahead. But this is not the full blame of everything that has happened. Hamas started this war. Hamas attacked us on October 7 and murdered our women and children while in their beds, refusing to return the hostages that are still in Gaza, dying by the day. It is Sinwar that is stubborn and refusing to release them in a way that cannot allow a ceasefire to take place, so that we can continue to move ahead. So I know it's easy to be critical on Israel's right-wing government, but we have to get the facts right. about how they started, how this is conducted, and what the IDF is doing in Gaza, I think, given the circumstances, we're actually very careful and doing very well.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.